A good early afternoon to everybody. Been very busy over the weekend. Lots of work has been done in the gardens. Lots more work to do, so I'm going to keep this little video very brief. I've got 5 buckets now seeded. So there's a good selection of vegetables in those buckets, and as I said before, I'm sowing rather, any edible vegetable. I'm not sticking to any kind of format. I've also sown seeds in this big container, and I've got 3 lots of seeds in there. So I've got peas and asters and coriander. Now, going round the front, got a massive amount of work done. So I've actually got one of the beds finished. You can see here I've got some more cardboard ready and waiting to go. I've got some more wool ready and waiting to go. I've got some more compost. I've got another box to put the holes into for planting and seeding. This is the kale. So you can see everything's coming on well in there, including the tiny little seedlings. I just want to see how they do. I could have put much stronger ones in place of those 2 little ones, but I thought I'll just see what happens. So we'll just go around the front. Got my wellies on. You can see I've been busy working. So here we go. We've got this one bed now almost finished. I haven't quite finished off the end because I may extend it just another foot or so. Take it sort of to about there, perhaps. Maybe that's about 2 feet. And you can see it has a nice curvature on it, which again just follows the lines of the planting area. Follows the lines of the gravel rather, because that's where the gravel came up to there. Because I didn't have enough gravel to finish the driveway, which is one of the reasons why I had the idea for these beds. So the other bed is going to just follow a very similar curve, and it's going to come from here down, following this curve and going up to about here. So I'm going to cut back the hypericum there, and I'm also going to cut back some of the ribes. So this bed will be quite narrow, like this one, coming down this way and going up to about here. So I've been clearing quite a lot of the leaves and just cleaning off the edge here. So cutting back the Michaelmas daisies, all the old growth, and taking out a few of the weeds that have set in the gravel, but leaving the geranium in and the valerian in, and just giving it a bit of a clean up. The leaves that I moved from this area I've put into this bed, so I've put those in underneath the wool. So I've got a lot more compost to add to this bed to kind of bring it up to a good level. And I'll just show you what I've done over here. Where I put seeds in, I try not to sow directly, but I did put some Mizuna seeds in here, just a small scattering. So, got a little tiny bit there of the garlic coming up. That's quite good, isn't it? So we'll go back along here and have a look. There we go. Looks quite neat. So I'll be filling the compost up almost to the top of those logs. And of course, this whole property is on a north-facing slope, so it will be a little bit, you know, just to fit in with that, there'll be a bit of a slope there as well. I'm going to be doing a lot of cuttings because I'm looking now at the lavender and this rosemary. I used some of the rosemary in the cooking the other night. I've been doing stir fries and they've been absolutely gorgeous. So I've been starting the stir fry with some rosemary. So what do you think? It'll very soon take on a look like it's always been here. That's what happens here at Bealtaine. There seems to be like almost like an immediate reception from Mother Earth of whatever I do, and then there seems to be a, oh, it's always been there sort of look to it. So very happy with that so far. That's going to give me a huge amount of space for growing vegetables. This bit here is about 3 foot across, going all the way down, then getting wider. And of course tightly packed with nutrition. And that's the main thing. When you grow in containers or you grow in small potager beds like this, that's been made directly onto a surface where there's been no digging, then you will be looking at packing in that nutrition, because of course the plants will grow if they're fed, as per the rustic beds here, made exactly on the same principles. And across that way as well. So I've also cut back the birch trees on either side of the door. So I've cut those back, which will make them sort of bush out a lot more, because the whole point was to give protection to the doorway. And of course I've got the cotoneasters, which are nearest the door, and then the birch on the outside. And I've also been putting some of the compost down into this rustic bed. Just little bits. It was very windy yesterday. There appeared to be a bit of a storm. And that was well greeted, because of course we need to have the wind now to dry up the land and take us into spring. It's always good to have windy weather as we're going into spring. And the quince, of course, is very early. I was looking at a previous vlog that I made. I'm trying to think. It was from, I think it was from 2015. And this quince didn't flower until, I think it was late April or early May. But we'll just go with the flow, because that's what climate change is beckoning us to do. There's no point in trying to fight against it. Just go with the flow and see where it takes us. And plant accordingly, which means throwing the rule book out of the window. No set rules now. So there we go. I've found some containers in here as well, which I'm going to be using. I've got this lovely old basket, which has been broken and sort of thrown about a bit. I've had it for years. I mean years, like decades maybe. So I'm going to give that a coat in a coat of preservative, like wood preservative, and put some plants in there, because again I've had this notion that lots and lots of containers is going to be the way to go, and especially for things like well, potatoes obviously, and carrots, all of those root vegetables, but also just use containers for whatever, because you can move them around a bit more. Gives you a bit more flexibility. So that's going to be the mainstay of my gardening and growing for this year. I'm going to be looking more favourably at containers, and then small container areas, which have always worked for me, like these potager beds. So on that note, I'm going to get back to work. I shall upload this video, and of course you can see where I've put the seedlings, sown the seeds, over here by my egg chair, so I can sit and have a look and of course be near them, because they do pick up on energy. Blessings to you all.